Yeah.
Why is it that when, okay, let's go back to the TV. You bought a broken TV from your homeboy or whatever. I want to know, okay, well, did you contact them? Like, did you go to them? Did they personally help you? I will fully believe that that's a shitty business when you tell me you did everything in your power to make it right. But these people that are like, yeah, I bought it, I plugged it up, it didn't work. So, it's a crappy company. No, like, everybody makes mistakes. We're all human. You know, nobody's perfect. No product is perfect. That's what keeps us going around. So, like, be reasonable. That's not the thing. It's reasonability. Like, if, you know, work with a company, and if that company does you wrong, totally ignores you, whatever, says it's your problem, that's when you can start talking shit. All right, now I want to see it on Facebook.
It goes back to the expectations. So we expect Walmart or Target to just tell you no, like, hey, you got to go buy another one. And that's just how it is because it's business.
Right.
But then you mix that friendship in there, they're expecting you to make it right, but then at no other company would they make it right if it's your fault for the reason the equipment failed or anything. So it's just different levels of expectations.
Yeah, and I can understand that, and that's one thing I don't know. Me as a consumer, I've done that before. I've been into a small business, and I'm like, oh, this man, you know, he has a small business. He perfected his craft at whatever he wanted to open up the store. It better be 100% grade A, top notch. And then I go in, and it wasn't all there, and I'm just like, I kind of feel like I don't want to come back because here he is promoting his stuff or promoting whatever it is he does, saying that it's grade A quality, better than anybody out there, and I'm just like, bro, this is just basic stuff, you know?
I don't know, though. Like, constructive criticism is only going to help him grow.
Oh, yeah.
He can't fix what he doesn't know that's broken. So, like,
right.
I take my time to make sure everybody, like, if you can do that better in a way, here's how you can, or at least let me tell you, like, how you can improve your business model, because I want to see everybody succeed at the end of the day. Because if they're making more money, then they can spend more money on other people's businesses, and it's vice versa, you know?
And I honestly feel like with small businesses, it puts more money back into us. It puts more money back into the community versus going to these big wigs that have more money than they actually need. You know, and yeah, if you want to get deeper into it, which I really don't, big businesses have multiple owners and have multiple chairmen and have multiple stockholders and so their money goes a little bit of everywhere. Cool, whatever. But in a small business, the owner of that store is only getting probably 30% of the actual income. Because they have to pay for their building, they have to pay for their products, they have to pay for their workers. You know, they got to pay for all that. They got to pay for all that overhead. So the person that's owning the business itself is getting a paycheck at the end of the year of less than 30% of what their total income is. That may seem a lot, but it's really not.
If you think of a $100,000 business, that's
you're getting less than minimum wage throughout the entire industry of the career.
They got things like the first 2 years of business, don't expect to pay yourself at all.
Yep.
You know, so like then it starts trending up, but it takes forever to start seeing some good net profit on a business.
And they always say, and one thing that I have trouble with, my thing is patience. I'm not a patient person whatsoever. So like with me and Zach doing the podcast, I've heard of people making really good money off of podcasts, but those are people that have platforms. And what I mean by a platform is they have a following of 100,000 people plus on any type of social media that's out there. We don't. We don't have that.
They come to the podcast with notes.
Yeah. Well, they come to the podcast knowing what their followers, those 100,000 people, are going to want to hear.
Yeah, and then they're showing up with cliff notes. Basically, it's just like this is, you know.
You got to learn your audience, though.
That's true.
You have to play off that because that's your biggest moneymaker.
Right.
If nobody wants to listen to what you have, then you don't have any money in
True.
your pocket.
You're right.
Yeah. But with me saying that, me being impatient, I've noticed a lot of people close up shop before their 1 year mark.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people that I used to go to for like t-shirts or whatever it may be, like different ins and outs, just because I thought it looked cool, close up shop within a year because they weren't making a profit because they didn't want to be patient to see where it was going to go.
What he just said with anything in this on earth at all. What you get in or what you put in is what you're gonna get out.
Yeah.
If you know, so what you were saying, you know, like y'all don't have the cliff notes or whatever. Y'all were sitting down just talking. It's communication. That's this podcast. Well, one day when you do get those followers and the money starts coming in, you're gonna start doing the notes. You're gonna start being a little more prepared because
that's how you progress.
Once you put in all that extra effort, you're gonna get it out.
Right.
It's like,
Start to show whether it be year 1 or year 10.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, all your work you put in is worth it.
Yeah.
what we call passion behind anything, you will soar. And you stay passionate and you stay like in it, you know.
Right.
I bet any popular YouTuber will start off by saying
Nobody starts.
they didn't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody starts a YouTube channel thinking, you know, I'm gonna get big. It's like you have to really enjoy making videos and editing, and then you know.
Yeah.
It'll come.
Right.
I honestly don't know how YouTubers do it because I tried doing that shit
I tried
one
editing
day.
video.
I tried to edit one video. I got confused as hell within the first hour. I said, I'm done. This ain't worth it.
Just like the guy with the 1-year-old business. So you
I-
gave up.
Man, look, after 1 hour, I gave up.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
It's hard.
It is. It
It's
really
time.
is.
It's more time consuming.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's simple.
Yes.
It's tedious.
tedious.
It's tedious, but it's long. It's time consuming. You have to have time. You know, for a 30-minute podcast, you have to have time for 3 hours worth of editing on that 30-minute podcast to make it picture perfect.
Right.
I mean, that's
And
with
those
with
videos,
everything.
Obviously, they have editors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you took your time in that you spent editing videos and compared it to 4 years of college, you think at 4 years of editing videos you would be an expert?
No.
So if you put, are you telling me 365 days times 4, you wouldn't be an expert at editing video?
I mean,
I don't think you're ever an expert. I don't think you're ever an expert because it's always changing. You're not editing the same
yeah,
thing.
I kind of agree with Zach on this.
You're not editing the same thing every time. Now,
Because-
if you're editing the same thing, of course, it's muscle memory. It's you've got to cut here and add here and drop here, put this effect in, volumes up, volume match everything.
Construction wise, heavy equipment wise. That's my background. That's what I know. A lot of people, and I've said this multiple times, I've been running equipment. I've been operating. I'm not even going to say that word, but I've been running equipment for the last 4 to 5 years of my life. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, you're an operator." No, I just know how to run it.
Okay.
For this reason, an operator knows the ins and outs, what that machine can do, what kind of grading he needs to do on that ground, what kind of sloping he needs to do on that hill. He knows ins and outs blindfolded. He can
Yeah.
run that machine.
Right.
I cannot. And an operator has been running the same machine for 20 plus odd years. That's an operator.
Right.
Just like Zach saying nobody's an expert.
I mean-
to me, I've met people that have been running the same equipment for the last 15 years, and they'll even tell you, "No, I'm no operator. I just know how to run this machine."
Man, just like
Because
a
you're
podcast.
always-
it's just like a
you're al-
podcast. Yeah, you can sneeze at any time, bro.
Yeah, you're always having
You can
to learn.
cough at any time. You can blow your nose at any time. You can hear it.
Take that out.
Yeah, you can. But I mean,
So go ahead. No. Go ahead, Leslie.
I feel like the word expert is subjective. I
That's-
think it's
yeah.
all about what you think an expert is. I wouldn't call myself a hair expert because I feel like I've known people in the past that call themselves hair experts, and it's like, oh, so you think you know it all? And with this business, everything changes like daily
Right.
almost. So it's like I don't call myself that. Like,
now in 4 years, you would be, you would know a lot more than what you know now, and you can dumb that down. You could take that 4 hours and go to 2 hours of editing, or or you could go from two to 1. It's just you would get a lot faster.
Okay. So.
But
you
being
probably
an
got-
expert,
So my expert. Sorry. So I should have said
quote unquote,
really good at something and not expert.
we're just a bunch of fucktards trying to make some money.
I don't. You take the same amount of time and focus it on videos, and you would get to the point where
Yeah.
you can knock out videos
Yeah.
in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
You know,
but
like-
yeah, what all that goes back to you could edit 3 days in a row and it might be perfect, but if you don't have anything backing it, you ain't gonna make shit. You ain't gonna get nothing from that edit.
And this is true, and that's one reason why I know me and Zach when we first started, we were pumping these things out left and right. We were wanting to do them every other
Yeah.
day, if not every day. And then we kind of sat down and talked. Man, we just need to do it once a week.
Yep.
chill out on it.
Yeah.
Get a consistent, because we weren't consistent with any of our work. And if you notice, and a lot of people tell you, our first, maybe 5, 6 that we did, you hear his mic real up high or real down low. Sounds like he's eating the mic, or you can't hear me good enough, or you hear too much static.
Yeah.
The intro music's way too loud, and it just so we not perfected it, but we worked and tweaked and learned our craft.
Learning,
and we're still learning. So I feel like with the small businesses, they should be able to tweak and learn and maneuver some things around to always get to a perfection of their craft to where they can essentially open up new stores and more stores to grow their business.
Yeah.
So I feel like the constructive criticism is good if you're getting it. Like me and Zach, we always put our emails down and we always say our emails or
anything.
Tell people to contact us.
Right.
But if we're not having people do that, how do we
That weighs
do
on
that?
motivation heavy.
Yeah.
Like stupid heavy, too.
And also, though, you can get the constructive criticism, but if you're not actually taking that and using that and improving on yourself, then it's no point in getting it.
Right.
You as a person have to be able to take comments and, criticism and be able to take it.
And that's cool.
And make something positive.
I'm ready to get to that point. You know?
Yeah, okay, well, that was pretty shitty.
Like, I want to hear from... If we're complete garbage, email us at mellowvibezero@gmail.com. I want to hear it. Cuss me out. I don't care. Say it's trash. But, you know...
This is straight shit.
Like, and I'm down with that. And I've had people tell me before. Like, I've actually had people tell me in the past, like, man, you cannot take somebody going against you. And what people don't understand about me, especially via text message,
right?
I take people's criticism. I take them saying I'm wrong type deal. I take that, but I'm going to keep nitpicking at you to figure out why. Why are you doing? Like, why are you saying it this way, or why are you being?
You think like that?
Yes, like I want to know.
The ins and
besides,
outs.
yeah, I want to know. Besides the fact that you think, okay, just my mic's garbage. Okay, why do you think it's garbage? Like, I need to know: is it because it's too static?
What mic would you use that wouldn't be garbage?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And people get upset at me because they feel like I'm just trying to beat around the bush instead of just saying, okay, yeah, I'm wrong. No, I understand I'm wrong.
Right.
I need more info.
Elaborate.
Than just, oh, your
Please.
mic's fucked up. Yeah, and people, and like, I guess that's where people think they don't want to approach me sometimes about it because they feel like I always have to answer back, and I am. That's the type of person I am. But I want to. The reason why I'm answering back is because I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know
I'm the same
more
way.
into it.
It's like, you think I'm garbage? Like, I want to know why I'm garbage.
But
Like,
it kind of brings it to the next point. Like, the small businesses, once they start making that profit, they forget to invest in themselves.
Yes.
And so with that constructive criticism, go buy another mic.
Yeah.
Go get another software that can let you run 3 or 4 mics or whatever. But you got to continually do that, and the small businesses forget because they get stagnant. And they're like, hey, we're actually making a little money. Let's sit back.
let's just keep rolling with it.
Now,
Yeah.
But the big businesses, they've been there. They've been through those battles. And
Right.
they can constantly just throw millions into marketing and growing their customer base. And
So to kind of like web off of that, I guess, jump off that, can we talk about small business restaurants? Because there is something with these small
They're killing it.
little restaurants. They're doing really good, but then that happens about 5 years in. They do this thing where, like, the quality goes to shit.
they want to start
And
making
it's
more money.
like, hold on. I've been coming here faithfully, loyally for years. And I start getting treated like the customer. As much money as I put into this business, I can start treating like
yeah,
crap.
that's,
Like,
yeah.
like, that's how I get offended. I'm like, hold on now. Like,
I'll tell you right now, because I worked with a couple of people in their small businesses as far as restaurants go. I'll tell you this. What it is, it doesn't, okay, I can't really explain the experience side of it, but the quality of food, I can't explain. And the quality behind the food is because they see how much more money they can pocket versus go out here and spending all this money on getting fresh foods or, you know, good meat cuts and things like that. They see that the money that they can save because some outside source decided to say, hey, instead of buying 5